astronomy.
Uh,
Or what is that, Mr. Rock? Generally, what all of you do,
uh,
I have experienced. You just give like that.
uh,
If your scientists are not happy about my talk, I will stop in 15 minutes.
correct.
We are not going to lose anything. ಎಲ್ಲ ನಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ. What is
They might have never heard that.
this naked digest?
ನೀವು ವರ್ಡ್ ನಿನ್ನ ಕಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀರೋ ಅಂತ.
ನಾನು ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ ಕಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂದರೆ how many of you are married in this assembly hall? ತುಂಬ ಜನ ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಿದ್ರು. Are there any Hindus among the people who raised their hands? Most of them were Hindus. During the marriage time, your Purohit must have taken your wife and both of you, and at about noon in the afternoon, he might have asked you to look at
Chandra.
Arundhati star.
Star, sorry.
Arundhati star. And all of you nodded your head. Am I right? And they killed them. Majority said, oh, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Did you make any attempt at least on that night, being astronomers, or subsequent nights, to identify that Arundhati in the night sky? You can't identify that in the day sky.
Okay.
I think you know that. Purohit, out of tradition, he did directly. But you as scientists, were you inquisitive enough to make some research in that? No, none of us did that. That's the bane of Indian astronomy. ಅಂತ
Beauty.
ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು.
Bah.
You are all desktop scientists.
Great word.
And the desktop scientists. How many of you have seen through
ನೀನು ವಿ ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಯು ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಯಾ
directly
ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ.
through the eyepiece of a telescope and looked in the night sky?
ರೈಟ್.
No, we get all on our computer and we get the data, and I converted that into a dialogue between me and the audience. ಅವರು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬಾಯಿ ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಏನು ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಅವಾಗ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಹೌದು, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬೀನ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಇನ್ ಮೋಟಿವೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಯಂಗ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ.
Or at least to convince yourself.
There is a thing called the sky, and the same sky is in the day also. The same Arundhati is in the day also. But you are not able to see that because of the glare of the sun's rays. There is geometry in the night sky. Children must be motivated, school children particularly. Normally they hate geometry
Right.
because of the theorems, teachers asking them to mug up the theorems and arrive at the proof of that. That is all just boring, and no child looks that.
Correct.
But come with me one night if you are really inquisitive. I take children out in the night sky all over Karnataka on different places. The whole night they will be on their feet, and they will be around me, and what all patterns they identify, except general usual rectangle, triangle, rhombus,
Circles.
square, and these things. Umpteen diagrams they identify in the night sky. And next day, on a kg cardboard paper, they rewrite all those things and preserve that as a memento. If you really want to develop interest in astronomy, there is no point in just taking some English foreign scientific magazines and reading out the research work what they have done. You must use your eyes. Get yourself thrilled. Only later astronomy becomes a subject for study.
Study. Correct.
Otherwise, it is worse than usual theoretical subjects in physics. I think I bored you to the maximum extent, and you're all technically
Noted
qualified
scientists,
people, and you have given such wonderful, brilliant lectures on the previous day. I used to come every day and listen to your talk. Wonderful. They are all wonderful talks. I think I have spoken enough. Permit me to stop. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನೋ ಸರ್ ನೋ ಸರ್ ನೋ ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು
Please continue.
ಆವಾಗ ಹೇಳಿದೆ our villagers illiterates
So called.
so called they link all their agricultural activity, particularly rainfall,
Right.
with the visibility of a particular star in the night sky.
Even today, Nagaraj, KT Nagaraj does it.
They know it. That is science. It's not merely a textbook telling that, oh, during the month of April, there will be a particular star cluster called Hunter star, and in that Hunter star, this is the, and asking as a quiz question to the children, which is the brightest star in the night sky nearer to the earth.
Pole
These
star.
are all the, no, pole star ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. They mug up all these things. They don't have personal experience of that. You come to my group where I conduct astronomy classes and night sky observations. They literally read the night sky of that particular day. As they read, the sign posts on the road on which they drive.
Correct.
They know if this particular star is visible, that should be the western sky, or it should be the northern sky, southern sky, southeastern sky. Otherwise, how do you know?
Correct.
How do you know the directions? Except again textbook. Like teacher telling, sun rises in the east.
East. Correct.
Some Purohits took that and they built up a new branch to exploit the people. And there they say, oh, your main door should face the east.
East.
It should not face the west.
West.
Ask them,
Correct.
where is the east? Is there a thing called east in the sky?
Brilliant.
Sir, we have learned in the, ಎಲ್ಲ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಟ್ರು. We have learned in the school, and everybody knows that. Even my little kid who goes to third standard, he knows that is the direction in which the sun rises. Fine, beautiful. I must congratulate your child.
Not you.
Ask him, or you supplement his knowledge by telling, does the sun rise every day in the particular direction?
Correct.
That means the east is changing. So keep on rotating your main door
Correct.
according to that. 180 degrees rotation is there, not 360. So keep on rotating that because it should face east. Only on 2 days in a year, it will rise in a particular point in the sky. Just I am telling one of that. Second, you celebrate Yugadi in Karnataka or Gudi Padwa in Maharashtra. Tamil Yugadi, you say, we are following
Solar.
solar calendar.
Calendars.
Every year it comes on 14th April. Any Tamilians here? 50% are Tamilians only. Tell me, any of you have studied the night sky on 14th January and observed which are the stars and constellations that prominently rise on that day night? Over a period of 10 years, you are research
Correct.
students.
That is the research.
That is research over a period of 10 years and make a diary report of all those things. Your myth will just vanish.
Vanish. Right. Definitely.
During the time of Aryabhata, 1800 years back,
Right.
Kritika star, the star Kritika, the third star in the
Constellation.
constellation Aries, would rise on that day, 14th of April. Now, Kritika has moved 12 degrees to the side of Meena Rashi.
Meena Rashi.
Therefore, that will be on December 22nd.
Oh.
So your Tamil Yugadi should be on December 22nd.
Right.
If you really mean that on the Kritika Nakshatra when it comes there, we should celebrate our New Year's Day. Same thing holds good for our Yugadi people also. Uttarayana Punyakala we say.
Correct.
Uttarayana Punyakala,
Dakshinayana.
Dakshinayana and Uttarayana. Have any of you convinced yourself by observing the night sky or the day sky? Really the sun is moving towards the south or moving towards the north? Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. Somebody wrote that in Panchanga. Somebody had taught you at your early age, your parents. They conduct all religious functions during the Uttarayana and we call it as Punyakala and Dakshinayana. You are following that. But you are students of science, astronomy. That's what I call as naked eye astronomy.
Beauty.
With your naked eye, you can do that. I can proudly say from Akashvani Bangalore, we conducted a competition for the school's children. 600 children took part in that.
Oh.
The experiment we had given to them was, in front of your school, there will be a post for hoisting the flag. Even if it is not there, you can bring a bamboo stick and just plant that bamboo stick in front of your school. That's the right place.
Correct.
And your children, you can't come like 6:30, 6 o'clock in the early morning and look at the position of the sun. That's not practical.
Correct.
You have to have your bath, you have to take your breakfast, collect your books, and in many cases somebody should accompany you to the school. Therefore, choose 9 o'clock,
Correct.
morning 9 o'clock, normally. You just draw a circle around that post, flag post. Diameter, say about a 10 feet diameter. Draw a circle. And in that circle, take a rangoli at your house or lime water and just trace that so that it is clearly visible. Circle is clearly visible.
Visible.
Imagine your school program starts on June 22nd, June 23rd or June 24th. Choose one particular day and mark the shadow of that post cutting the circumference of the circle. The shadow will cut that. There you draw a line, write down the time at which you saw that.
ಟೈಮ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ವಿಚ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ರೇಡಿಯೋ
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗಡಿಯಾರ ಇಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ,
Standard time.
ಗಡಿಯಾರ ನೋಡಿ,
ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಟೈಮ್
ಎನಿ ಟೈಮ್ ನೋಡಿ, and take a kg cardboard, reproduce the same thing, one circle. On the circumference, you mark 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. The shadow cuts somewhere at 19 on some day, somewhere between 180 and 90. Wherever it cuts, you don't bother about that. Make a line, copy that on your kg cardboard for our reference, because it's a competition. You have to send it to All India Radio and we are going to check all those things. Do that for 6 months.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ನೋಡು ಥ್ರೂಔಟ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳು, high-school students, college students, 600 had registered and sent their kg cardboard. Then To their astonishment, they saw, sir, on 2 days, exactly the shadow cuts the 90 degree. Rest of the days, either it goes towards the east, or towards the south, or towards the north. We have identified Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. The shadow goes up to a particular point, it will not go beyond that.
Yeah.
Once again, it retraces that.
ಸಮಯ ಹಿಡಿದ್ರೆ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್
Huh?
ಎಲ್ಲ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟೆಡ್
ಆಕಾಶವಾಣಿನಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಆಕಾಶವಾಣಿ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್
ಇಟ್ ಕೆನ್ ಬಿ ರೀಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್.
ಅಥವಾ ಅದನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಾಯ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸಿಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಹೈ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್. ನಾನು ಲಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ವಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಗುವಾಗ, ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡು ನಾವು ಈ JSS ರೌಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವ, ಈಗ ನೋಡು ಗಂಟೆ 6:50, ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ಮರಗಳ ಸಂಧಿಯಿಂದ ಬಂಗಾರದ ಕಿರಣಗಳು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಸೂರ್ಯ ಹುಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ಯಾ ಕೇಳೋದು. ಇವತ್ತು 6:50 ಆಗಿದೆ. ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳು
ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಗೇನ್,
ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳಾದಮೇಲೆ ಇವತ್ತೆಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಇವಾಗ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ,
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್,
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಣ್ಣು ಆ ಕಡೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನಾಯಿತು
ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್.
ನೀನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಿರಣಗಳು ಬಂದದ್ದು ಪೂರ್ವ ದಿಕ್ಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್,
ಪೂರ್ವ ದಿಕ್ಕಿವಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ವಿಜಯ್ ಪೂರ್ವ ದಿಕ್ಕು
ನಿನ್ನ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅದು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ತಿಂಗಳು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೋಡು, ಅವಳು ಶಿ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್. ಈ ಲೇಡೀಸ್ ಗುಂಪುಗಳಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲೀನಾಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋಳು, ಏನು ವಾಸ್ತು ಅಂತ ಬಡ್ಕೋತೀರಿ ನೀವು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಇನ್ನೊಂದರ ಮೇಲೆ
ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಈ ದಿಕ್ಕು ಆ ದಿಕ್ಕು, ಆಗ್ನೇಯ, ನೈಋತ್ಯ, ಈಶಾನ್ಯ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಟ್ಟಾರೆಯಾಗಿ ಆ್ಯಾವ್ರೇಜ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ಇವರನ್ನ. ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಸಚ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಥ್ರೂಔಟ್ ದ ಇಯರ್. ಆ ಹೆಂಗಸಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಬಾಯ್ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೇಳೋರು, ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು.
ಇವನ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಫೈಡ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ಲೇ ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕನ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ಡ್, ಏನೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಮೈ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಥ್ರಿಲ್ಡ್ by looking at all these things. Let that excite you.
Excitement be there.
And then use a telescope or books, theories, and then study all those things. What is the science behind that? How to predict all these things over a period of time. Therefore, the starting point is not a telescope. Telescope will not give you any excitement, including you elders, merely because somebody had told you, you say, oh, I had a wonderful peep through the telescope. Field of view of a telescope is so restricted, you can see a cluster at a time, not the full sky.
Full sky.
But the naked eye has got 190 degrees.
Correct. Wide
angle. At a time, you can see Great Bear, Saptarshi Mandala. You can see Orion, you can see North Star, you can see Southern Cross, you can see Northern Cross, everything you can see. That wholesome picture will give you a wonderful idea about the sky. Let it be the costliest telescope, it shows you only one particular part. More the cost of that, less will be its effectiveness as far as exciting you. I have seen through a 100-inch telescope.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ US ಅಲ್ಲಿ
Mount Paran. 100-inch telescope.
ಅಚ್ಚಾ, ನೀನು ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೆ?
Mount
It means you took so much pain to go there and watch.
And I have seen with a 25-inch telescope in my brother's university. And I have conducted night sky watching sessions there. Earned money. There people are so excited. They come with their family, eatables, spread a mat, lie down there, and watch the night sky throughout the night. I have conducted 3-4 sessions there. And here in Bangalore through All India Radio, I every year conduct Nakshatra Darshana Karyakrama. That is ಈ ಚಂದ್ರನ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ
ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ನಾ ಓಕೆ
ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಓಕೆ
ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಯು ಟು ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ವರ್ಸಟೈಲ್ ಟೆಲಿಸ್ಕೋಪ್ nature has granted you with 2 eyepieces at a time. Whereas in the telescope there will be one eyepiece, one objective. One eyepiece will be there, one objective will be there. Through that objective light will enter and you see through the eyepiece. Here there are 2 objectives and 2 eyepieces, both work simultaneously in tandem.
And besides they do lot more things.
And the depth is so long. You can see several light years in the deep sky. I tell perennially, just for fun, I know you are all professional scientists and what I spoke was almost childish. Just for fun, I end up my talk when I go to schools and colleges and address them. How many of you have seen light?
People may think that it is silly.
ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಫೂಲ್ ಅನ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಸಿಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಸಿಟೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
ಯಾರೋ
1 minute ಆಯಿತು ಉತ್ತರ ಆಯಿತು, 2 minutes ಆಯಿತು ಉತ್ತರ ಆಯಿತು. ಕಮ್ ಆನ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕಮ್ ವಿತ್ ಸಮ್
raise your hands.
ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ಲೈಟ್? ಒಬ್ಬರು ಬಾಯ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ.
ಅಯ್ಯೋ
ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಓಕೆ, I have made the mistake of asking a silly question. Let me answer that. Neither I have not seen light. What sir? What are you telling? I have not seen light. I have seen the effect of light. Light itself, I have not seen.
great.
Supposing you sit in a room where there are no objects including wall and the painting and people to reflect the light, you will not see light. Unless there is an object which interacts with light and produces an effect, you can't see the cause. This is the greatest philosophy enunciated by Newton, the so-called law of causality. Indian philosophy says, for every effect there should be a cause. The cause is the God, and the effect is what you see around you in your lifetime, Prakriti. God is the cause. But the cause will never excite you in the beginning.
Correct.
It is the effect that excites you, make you to think about the cause. So look at that.
Source.
This is the so-called law of causality. Newton was so perfect in this theory of causality. He was able to see things around him. He was able to see things falling. It may look silly to people today, if you say, but he was able to see things falling.
Oh,
Falling things made him to think about gravity. What is the cause of that? Why the moon is not falling? Who is holding the moon? Whereas the mango or an apple fell down from the tree, when it is held by the stalk of the tree branch, I don't see anybody holding the moon. How is it the moon is not falling? How is it the sun is not falling? How is it the stars are not falling? This is the essence of science.
right.
And that makes great minds to think and postulate new ideas, new theories, and new laws that will give support to another law to come about. This is what Einstein did. This is what Newton did. This is what Raman did. While traveling to London from
On a boat, on a ship.
from Bombay, when all others were playing, drinking, enjoying, Raman was always standing near the dock, and out of childlike curiosity, when waves were coming and dashing against the ship, he used to stretch his palm, collect that water, splashed water and observe that it was not blue. Throw it back to the ocean, it became blue. How many millions of sailors had seen this
Seen it.
before Raman? But Raman was perplexed. Then it became a hobby to him until he reached Eden. Every day he was doing the same thing, collecting the water in the pond, observing, no color,
Splashing.
throw it back, color. And the color also used to change from one harbor to another harbor. By the time he reached Egypt, the ship reached Egypt, he had seen some 5-6 colors. And there itself he wrote the paper, his research paper. And at that time, the post used to be carried by ship. There was an earlier ship which was leaving port of Eden, and this ship had to be cleaned and filled with food and all those things. Therefore, there was enough time. But he posted a letter in another ship which reached London before he reached London.
He reached London. Oh. ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಐ ಮೇಡ್.
And you know what he had done there? He had challenged one of the greatest scientists of that time, adored by the British Royal Society, whose theories students all over the world were studying, Lord Rayleigh.
Rally.
And this man had challenged Lord Raleigh's theory explaining the blue of the ocean. Why the color of the sea water is blue.
Blue.
Why the sky is blue. Lord Raleigh had given a wrong
Interpretation.
of that. Nobody accepted him at that time. Because who is this fellow?
Hmm.
Turban wearing and Indian.
ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಕೂಲೀಸ್ ಅಂದಿರಿ ಅವರು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲಿಂಗ್.
But Raman was so powerful in his expression. So he started speaking to the scientists in Royal Society and others during the coffee break and tea break and things like that. And always he used to carry in his coat pocket a prism called nickel prism. ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರನೂ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ, ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳು. Nickel prism. And he used to carry one dual spectroscope, pocket size. And it could, people were making fun of him. If he saw a flower, he used to see through that, see through the nickel prism, and note down in his diary some jottings. Suddenly it struck to him one day in London. What will be the color of deep red rose
ರೋಸ್.
on full moon day
ಓಹ್.
in the moonlight? No one had ever even thought about that.
ಡ್ರೆಮ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್.
What is that? Going to the park and observing the red rose?
ರೈಟ್.
Raman did that. He observed that at least for 3-4 days.
ಓಹ್.
The red rose was no longer red. Then he came to the conclusion. The rose is red, not because it is red. It's because of the light rays that fall on that. Law of causality. It is the cause that produces the effect.
ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್.
But the pigments and other things are biological. That is where red rose looks red in the sunlight. In a similar way, yellow rose looks yellow in the sunlight. But both look dark in the night.
ಓಹ್. ರೈಟ್.
ಏನು ಅದ್ಭುತಗಳಿವೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ನೆ, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಸ್ಟ್ರೋಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್, ರಾಮನ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್, Jawaharlal Institute of Science. In all these auditorium, a person who doesn't possess a PhD
ಎನ್ ಎ ಪಿ ಎಚ್ ಡಿ
ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಟಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್. ಪಿನ್ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಸೈಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ರೈಟ್.
ನಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಡೌನ್ ಟು ಅರ್ತ್. ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅನ್ಲೆಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಎಕ್ಸೈಟೆಡ್, ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಲೆಸ್.
ಯೂಸ್ಲೆಸ್.
You must be excited.
How was their response in the end?
They were all very, no one will accept that I am not a doctor. ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಅವ್ರ ಕಾಗದ ಬರೆಯೋವೆಲ್ಲ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ರಾವ್ ಒಂದು, ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಪಿ ಎಚ್ ಡಿ. ಹೂ ಕೇರ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಬ್ಲಡಿ ಪಿ ಎಚ್ ಡಿ? ಯು ಆರ್ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ ಎ ಪಿ ಎಚ್ ಡಿ. ನೋಡಿ ಲೆಟ್ರ್ ಬಂತು ಇವತ್ತು ಅದೇನೇ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ HR ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ.
Good. ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಟೈಮ್ ಯು ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎರಡನ್ನು
ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ಡ್ ಮೈ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಏನೇ ಡೌಟ್ ಬಂದ್ರೂ ಸೈನ್ಸ್, ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್, ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ದೇ ಥಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟು ಕಾಲ್ ವಾಸ್ ಮೈ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಪ್ರೌಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ರಿಯಲಿ ಪ್ರೌಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್.
ಗ್ರೇಟ್.
ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಜಯ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಇನ್ ಹೆಡ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವೆಂಕಟಾಚಾರ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದರು. ಭಾಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹೆಸರು ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ. ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದರು ಅವರು. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳೋರಲ್ಲ, ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಸಾರಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ ನಾನು ನಡೆಸದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಫೇಲಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ, ಮೈ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋರು ಅವರು. ಐ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋಸ್ ಯು ಟು ಮೈ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋಸ್ಡ್. ನೋ ಒನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೈರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಯು, ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಕಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಟು ಅಸ್. ಸರ್ ಇದು ಏನಿದೆ, ನಾನು ಅವ್ರು ಓದಿದ್ದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಏನೂ ಅರ್ಥವಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ. ಗುರು ಓದ್ತಾರೆ, ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ತಗೋತಾರೆ. ಎಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ.
ಗ್ರೇಟ್, ರಿಯಲಿ ಗ್ರೇಟ್.
I see how nature utilizes all these readily available facilities in the nature, so that the creation of nature, like birds, can navigate from one place to another. You need a magnet, you need a compass, you need a Mariner compass to find out the direction.
They will recognize themselves.
Huh?
Birds.
How they do it?
How they do it?
How they do it? I asked one question to in high school lecture ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಬಿಜಾಪುರದಲ್ಲೋ ರಾಯಚೂರಲ್ಲೋ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್. ನಾವು ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಭಾಳ ಜನ. ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಏನು ಕ್ಯೂರಿಯಾಸಿಟಿ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಟೆಲ್ ಯು ವಾಟ್ ಯು ನೋ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಅರ್ತ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದೆ ರಾಯಚೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜಾಗ್ರಫಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿರೋದು.